Hi, boys and girls. Our read aloud today is a book called A Sick Day for Amos McGee. And this is Amos right down here. And then look at, there's going to be a penguin and an elephant in the story as well. Interesting. You're also going to see the great big medal up here. That is the Caldecott Medal. And this book received an award for having wonderful illustrations. The person who did the illustrations in this book is Aaron Steed, but it was written by Philip Steed. So if you have not heard this book before, I think you are going to enjoy it. Amos McGee was an early riser. Every morning when the alarm clock clanged, he sprung his legs out of bed and swapped his pajamas for a fresh, pressed uniform. He would wind his watch and set a pot of water to boil, saying to the sugar bowl, "A spoonful for my oatmeal, please, and 2 for my teacup." Belly full and ready for the workday, he'd amble out the door. I wonder what the word amble means. Means he would walk out the door. Every day, Amos waited for the number 5 bus. "Next stop, City Zoo," the bus driver would call. 6 a.m., right on time, he would reply. So he catches the bus early in the morning. Amos had a lot to do at the zoo, but he always made time to visit his good friends. He would play chess with the elephant, who thought and thought before making a move. He'd run races with the tortoise, who never ever lost. And he would sit quietly with the penguin, who was very, very shy. And he'd lend a handkerchief to the rhinoceros, who always seemed to have a runny nose. And at sunset, he would read stories to the owl, who was afraid of the dark. Well, one day Amos woke up with the sniffles and the sneezes and the chills. Ooh, he swung his achy legs out of bed, curled them back up again, and said, "Ugh, I don't think I'm going to be going to work today." Well, meanwhile, at the zoo, the animals waited for their friend. The elephant arranged his ponds and polished his castles. The tortoise stretched his legs and limbered up. The penguin sat patiently, all by himself. The rhinoceros worried that his allergies were getting worse. And the owl perched atop a tall stack of storybooks, scratching his head with concern. "Where is Amos?" the animals wondered. There they all are. Well, later that day, hey, they're walking out the gate that says City Zoo. Where do you think they're going? What's going on? What is your prediction just by looking at those illustrations? Have you been noticing this red balloon? Okay, let's see if your prediction is correct. There's no words on this page. Just an illustration. So you have to take it all in. Did that change your mind about your prediction? Oh my goodness. They are on a bus. What bus are they on? Can you imagine having an elephant on your school bus? Or a rhino with that great big horn? It looks like the balloon even made it. Oh, hooray! My good friends are here. They went to Amos's house. Did you predict right? I don't know about you, but an elephant would not fit in my house. The elephant prepared a game of chess. Amos thought and thought before making a move. I'm too tired to run races today, said Amos to the tortoise. Let's play hide and seek instead. The tortoise hid inside his shell. Amos hid beneath his covers. Amos yawned. Oh, I could use a nap. So the penguin sat quietly, keeping Amos's feet nice and warm. Achoo! Amos woke with a sneeze, but the rhino was ready with a handkerchief. I'm beginning to feel much better. Thank you, said Amos to his friends. He swung his legs out of bed. Perhaps we should share a pot of tea. Oh my goodness, look at the turtle, what he's doing. He's like the waiter. Oh my goodness, elephant and rhino can barely fit on those chairs. Amos wound his alarm clock. It's getting late, he said. After all, we have a morning bus to catch. So Amos said good night to the elephant and good night to the tortoise and good night to the penguin and good night to the rhino and good night to the owl who, knowing that Amos was afraid of the dark, read a story aloud before turning out the light. We all had story time together. Oh my goodness, look at, they had a slumber party. Look at that. And you notice anything out the window? I'm going to get the book really close. Look what's flying out there. The red balloon. It's flying out there and Mr. Penguin is watching him. Wow. And that is the end. So we're thinking that in the morning they all got on the number 5 bus and headed back to the city zoo. I hope you enjoyed that story, my friends. There's something I want you to think about, and that is one of the characters in the story, one of the main characters, Amos. When you look at Amos, how does he look? How does he act in the story? And what does Amos do in the story that lets you learn more about him? He sure seemed like a nice man. Those animals are lucky. All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow.